So what I'm going to invite you to do is look inward and find a place that feels spacious, okay? Just where you can notice a bit of space, where it feels like, you know, that there's just a little bit of give or a little bit of room, and it can be anywhere in your body at all. Okay, so I'm going to assume that all of you have found a space. Now, let's see if you can just make sure that you've noticed its location, which I'm sure you have by now, and get a sense of how big it is, which might be, and ideally is, you know, where it begins and ends. All right, so you can have this sense of, oh, it's, you know, it starts in, you know, in my armpit and moves across to the center of my chest. Here is the spaciousness. Okay, now we're going to actually switch and pay attention to where there's a place of contraction. Okay, so just go easy for those of you who find contraction a little hard. Okay, hopefully this is, you know, this is a resource building practice. So just see if you can notice where there's a place where that feels the opposite of where you've just been. Okay. Somewhere that feels a little denser, maybe. It might be smaller, it might be bigger, might be similar location, might be a very opposing location. So just see if you can pay attention to that. And we're going to work with this piece for a bit longer. Okay. So location you want to pay attention to, size, if you can pick that up, pay attention to. How deep is it in your body? Is it kind of on the surface level near the skin and the fascia? Or is it quite deep inside and maybe close to your spine or close to another bone? All right. Is it small? Is it big? What shape? So it may, you know, maybe round, square, you know, organic. Just get a sense of it. We kind of want to have a little bit of a sense of its shape, texture, size, color, but size is the most important, and location. Now just see if you can notice it and feel it and be with it. Now, I want you to see if you can find the edges of it. This is the most important part, okay? You're going to pay attention to the edges of it and where those edges are in your body, a bit like you did with the spacious piece, but here is paying attention to the edges now in your body of the more contracted, denser piece. Okay. All right. So now go right to the edge where it feels the most uncomfortable that you want to feel right now. Okay. And perhaps even a little too uncomfortable, like just to dip across to discomfort. You're going to dip across to where it's uncomfortable. Okay. Notice that. And now take a step away from that discomfort. So you're basically going to take a step away from the edge, maybe into more spaciousness. So you're going to step off that edge or step back into the density, whichever feels more safe and more comfortable for you. You're going to come or get away from the edge of discomfort. And you're going to take as many steps as you need to get a response that tells you you're comfortable. So if it takes one step, whatever that measurement is, just notice that and notice, oh no, I haven't had a sign from my nervous system like a yawn or a breath or a swallow that I'm comfortable yet. So I'll need to take another step. All right. And it's either into the spaciousness or back towards the contraction. It can, you know, both can feel safe. Okay. So, but you will just want to come back into more safety for as many steps as you need to take so that you get the body response. Okay, so this is where the comfort is. Okay, however many steps that was, that's where the comfort is. Now, if you are ready, you're going to take one step back towards the discomfort. Just one, and might even be a half step, right? Make a decision how big that step is, and just notice what happens in your body as you make that small movement back towards the discomfort. And just stop there, even if you get nothing, just stop there, because you want to let your body catch up, your body to let you know it's ready, if it's ready to move again. But you want to stop for a moment and really give it time. Okay, and if you feel like you're ready, if you feel like you're not ready, just stay where you are. If you feel like you are ready, take another step towards the discomfort. Just another half step or whole step, whichever feels right. You know, you can be doing whatever pace you want, but just taking another step. And notice how that affects your body, right? If it feels like too much, take a half incremental step back, right? If it feels like you're still within your comfort zone, stay there, right? So here we're actually moving into what was formerly you called your discomfort zone, but now we're calling it your comfort zone, but only if it feels like that. Okay, and for those of you who held back, take your step forward if you're ready. And notice if that feels comfortable, and if it doesn't, take a half step back again. All right. And then if you get the sign from your body that it's time to move forward again, just take another step. Don't do more than one step. You can do a nice big step if you're ready. And notice how close you are to the edge, right? Whether you're coming towards it or, you know, whichever way, you're coming closer to that edge of where the discomfort is, right? So you want to be paying attention now is to like, well, where am I? So this is a good place to do some orienting. Where am I? You're going to survey the landscape in your mind. This is the landscape of your body here. You've got this edge of discomfort, and you're going to be like a sovereign surveying their lands. Okay, so here you are, you're like on top of a mountain, and you get to look across at all the lands that you have dominion over, or that you take care of and cultivate, and all the people who might be there, or the animals, or the topography, or the flora and the fauna. Everything that you can see is a part of your experience right now, and you get to take that all in. And then decide, are you ready to go further? Right. And if you're further, just notice what the response is in your body that tells you I'm ready to go further. How are you feeling in your bodies? All right. And are you ready to take another step? And can you notice how easy that felt to come towards that discomfort that you called discomfort only, about 10 minutes ago? All right, and that's the essence of that practice. So when you're ready to come back into the room, allow yourself to come back in any way that perhaps you've learned that might support your nervous system to return into that space. And there's movement, there's stretching, there's rocking,